So should India be persisting with its offer? Should the Prime Minister have made another call to his counterpart in Pakistan after a phone call between the two foreign ministers that still seems to have left Pakistan undecided on whether to accept Indian aid? Let's get straight into our debate tonight. Is Pakistan standing on ego, and should India be persisting with its offer? Let's go straight across to Islamabad, where we have Air Vice Marshal Shehzad Chaudhry with us. Shehzad Saab, explain this, because at a very basic level, if you look at it, it looks like Pakistan's government is playing petty politics over a humanitarian crisis.
Barka, thank you very much for having me on the program. I don't think it's a too simplistic a definition of the relationship and the way it exists today. It's not a matter of $5 million, Pakistan accepting it, or India offering it and Pakistan not taking it because of ego or something else. I think the fundamental nature of relation between India and Pakistan needs to be addressed here. More than the 5 million, I think as the very first gesture, the moment Pakistan got into this dilemma and this disastrous situation, India being a neighbor, perhaps in a very ideal circumstances would have been the first one to come out and offer support and help and succor as much as would have been possible. Now, we know that that is not the case as far as India and Pakistan are concerned. 2005 earthquake is very much in front of us. The max that we could do at that particular point of time was to open up or relax the borders a bit, permit the telephone calls to go from one side of Kashmir to the other in the affected area. And that's about it, really. I mean, the CBMs that must have followed or should have stayed on did not persist, and that has been a problem that all of us, you and I and all of us, are aware as to what has been belaboring the relation between India and Pakistan. I think the issue here is of a much more fundamental nature. It is not Krishna Qureshi talks that failed and created a sort of a
But can I just interrupt you there, Shehzad Chaudhry, and just ask you to clarify? You're saying that the Indian offer of help came too late. Is that correct?
Look at it from this point of view. I mean, you have more than a $1.6 billion worth projects going on in Afghanistan. You have $1 billion offer to Bangladesh. Two countries that you have, of course, as neighborly interests, certainly not Afghanistan, but definitely Bangladesh. But you have interests in those two countries. Pakistan is a neighbor which is in a more moral dilemma at this moment because of the floods. And more than politics, it should have been a moral responsibility that must have come up. Now, that is what I say in very, very idealistic form. But do we have those arrangements, those mechanisms that really enable us to communicate with each other the moment such a thing happens? Or are we playing politics here by offering crumbs of $5 million and perhaps then suggesting that it can be increased? I think we need to look at it in a much more comprehensive way. We need to be more substantive. We need to look at how to resume the process of normalizing.
You use a phrase that might...
That's the missing point.